Robert Redford also deserved an Oscar nomination for his latest film, The Natural, my third choice this month. It's based on a story by Bernard Malamud, and in it, Mr. Redford plays a baseball star of almost mystical powers. You don't need to know anything about baseball to understand it, and Mr. Redford's performance is first class. Women tell me he's very sexy too. Then there's Splash, the Disney touchstone production about a mermaid, Daryl, who lands in Manhattan, swaps her tail for a gorgeous pair of legs, and sets off in pursuit of businessman Tom Hanks. It's a funny, delightful picture, and I don't need anyone to tell me that Miss Hannah is very sexy indeed. I met her last week in Los Angeles, where she looked both sexy and, in the modern sartorial manner, kind of sloppy. But first, a reminder of her amphibious performance.
Excuse me, miss. We're getting ready to close. She's been here for 6 hours. Excuse me, miss. I'm going to have to insist that you stop doing that. She's exercising. Give her a minute.
Sir, we're closing, sir.
Yeah, I know. Just give me 3 minutes. 3 minutes, you can time me.
One of them got through, too, and they was rescued.
Oh, thank God.
Excuse me, do you know this woman?
Yeah, I do. Just don't ask me what her name is.
Well, we've been trying to tell her that it's closing time, but she doesn't seem to understand.
Yeah, well, that's because she doesn't speak any English at all.
Hello, Alan. How was your day?
Excuse me, I never went to college, but wasn't that English?
Thank you for letting me use your television. It was very educational.
It's all right, miss.
What's your name?
It's hard to say in English.
Well, just say in your language.
All right. My name is...
I asked Miss Hannah what effect the success of Splash had had since she'd come, after all, from nowhere.
Well, I don't really feel like I came from nowhere. I mean, I've been working since I was about 12, and I've been working in films for the last 4 years, and actually I've been working less and less rather than more and more. When I first started working, as you know, it's pretty obvious. You know, you just work because you want to have experience and you want to be working, and so I did a lot of films that weren't very good, but I was working all the time, and now I just have to be a little bit more particular in the roles that plus of course the roles are better, but I also don't have the energy just to work if I'm not going to be proud of what I'm doing.
What made you decide to become an actress? Because I gather when you were young you were known as Beanpole or Toothpick, so presumably you weren't the local beauty queen. So why did you think you should be an actress?
When I was born, I had this flexibility problem, and rather than putting me into leg braces, my mother put me into dance classes. And so I started being a dancer at the age of 4, and just because I was trained to, I thought that's what I was going to be doing. And then I saw Singing in the Rain, and I thought, well, that's the kind of dancing I want to do, tap and Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, jazz, and And so I started getting into that kind of dancing and doing musicals in Chicago with the Chicagoland theatrical troupe. And I choreographed a little bit and had a dance troupe in school, and it sort of, doing musicals got me involved in acting, and then I realized that I enjoyed acting a lot. However, whenever I was on stage, I got violently ill because of stage fright, and I found that whenever I worked on film, I really enjoyed it. I felt real comfortable because I don't have very good vision, and I didn't see the camera,
Looking towards the future, how do you see it developing? What sort of parts do you want to play?
Yeah, it's hard to decide what to do next because you want to always do something better than what you've done. You can't ever tell. I mean, it's really hard to judge. Plus, I don't really get offered the best things in the world. I mean, they always want me for, the blonde girl role,
You would seem to be in a very good position because you're only 24, aren't you?
Yeah.
You must be the youngest of the to use the local phrase, the hot young actresses around.
No, there's plenty of younger ones. And there's a lot of hot young actresses around, actually.
But you're already going into becoming a kind of corporation, a producer as well.
Yeah, out of necessity, like I said, that in order to find the kind of roles that I want, I've had to develop them. I've made up 2 stories that are in development at the moment, and we've bought the rights to a book, and yeah, I mean, I have to. Plus, I'm industrious.
Well, she may be a star and a producer, but you should have seen the ladders in her stockings. Daryl Hannah's new film, The Clan of the Cave Bear, which is set in prehistoric times, will be released later this year.